chat family. How are you doing? This is the Marlene Saunders show where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. This week, chat family, we are talking about respect. What does Aretha Franklin say? RESPCT, right? We're talking about that, and it's so important to respect. And this is going to be the topic for this week. We're going to go into 5 different topics on respect, but today we are discussing that people need to respect others. And so many people need to learn that lesson. They need to learn to respect. They need to understand boundaries, boundaries and how important boundaries are to other people. Other people's feelings are valid and important. But one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that respect can happen unless a person respects themselves. We're going to go into that more tomorrow, but many people need to understand uh, boundaries, and that they don't always have to have their own way, and they don't always have to be right, and it's nothing wrong with being wrong, you know. It's nothing wrong with having different opinions, and a lot of people that are grown really need to grow in maturity. They have not come into the space in their life where they are mature enough to understand boundaries. They don't understand how to communicate because nobody has to put up with other people's mess, especially as grown people. We are not kids, we are whole grown people. And with that, being grown, they have to understand that people don't have to take other people's mess. And many people need to learn respect. They need to learn to respect, number one, boundaries. People need to respect other people's opinions. People need to just don't feel that they have to always be right. So many people need to learn that their opinion is not the only opinion, and other people can have their own opinion, and that's okay. And so much people, especially on social media, need to learn that not everything that you think is right. We are all entitled to have a different opinion. We all have different upbringings. We all go through different things. And what you think and value and feel should be done, it does not mean that other people have to do what you think they should do just because they are a content creator, or because they're your sibling or workmate or spouse or whoever. Just being a human being, we have to learn to respect others. Other people's opinions matter. Other people go through things too. And just because we go through things a certain way or we handle things a certain way doesn't mean everybody has to deal with it the way that we do. That's a part of respecting other people and the personality. Maybe you may not be an emotional person, but it doesn't mean that that person is a bad person or they're too sensitive or you laugh at them because of how they are. But you have no idea what another person has gone through in their life and the heavy weights that they are carrying. Mental health is so important. And what does it take as a human being to extend kindness, compassion, and most of all, respect for another woman or another man? It doesn't cost you anything. Respect is free. It doesn't take anything away from you to respect another person. And if you cannot respect a person, then just walk away. Walk away in peace. You don't always have to have the last say. You don't always have to be right. And so many people, as human beings, need to learn that you don't always have to be right. Hey, always that girl. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. How was your day? Happy Monday. Um, I had to learn that part about being a woman. I had to learn to grow in maturity as a woman, and that I'm not always right. My opinion is not the only one. And do I have all of the facts? That is a part of maturing as a woman or as a man. Not feeling that you always have to be right and your opinion is the only opinion. We can all have varying opinions. We all can handle things differently. It doesn't make that person weak or whatever, because that's their story. Unless you walk in somebody's shoes, you cannot tell somebody how they should feel. And I see it all the time. People always want to control how people think. People always want to control how you think, how you feel, what you're going through. You don't know another person's experiences. Have you experienced it? Have you gone through it? Have you been in the same situation with their background and their traumas? You haven't. Nobody knows what another person is going through. You never know what a person is carrying, the heavy weight that a person can be carrying. What does it take for you? If you don't agree or like, just walk away. You don't have to keep arguing with people. You don't always have to be right. You don't always have to have the last say. And the thing about so many people is they so easily throw out judgments and condemn people for what they do. But are you helping them? Are you helping to lift that person's um, faith? Are you helping to encourage that person? Or are you going to give them a helping hand? And if not, then you need to shut your mouth. There's so much people need to learn that. If you can't help, be quiet. Always that girl says, I'm blessed and highly favored because I woke up this morning. Sis, you're preaching to me. I had to learn that also. Yes, please don't forget to comment. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And I wanted to say that to everybody. Respect is so important, and so many people need to learn to respect themselves. But I didn't understand that. That took me a long time. That was a long walk in my life. I had to get some humble pie. I had to calm down that ego of mine to always thinking that I knew what was right. I always thought my opinion was the best opinion, but I was humbled. I had to check my ego. I had to slow down. I had to also learn part of respect is not saying everything that you think. That's a part of respecting other people as well, and also respecting yourself. Just sometimes you just need to just be quiet. Just be quiet. Yeah. We just sometimes we just need to be quiet. Just be quiet. you know. And the older that I'm getting, I'm learning that more so. Have your opinion, think what you want to think, but you don't always have to tell everybody what what you feel and what you're going through, okay? Oh, no problem. My pleasure. Always that girl. Hey, real odds and evens, how are you doing? Um, and that was a walk for me, and I feel 100% that I had to be humbled. I had to learn how to love myself. I had to learn to be more confident. I had to understand that people go through things that you have no idea. So a lot of times we will feel, oh, they disrespected me. That used to be me all the time. They disrespected me. They're so rude. And you don't know. Sometimes that person who has not responded back to you or did not show up, they didn't do those things because they respect you. I'll let you guys sit and marinate with that for a little bit. Yeah. If you really think about it, sometimes we want to say things to people, but when a person doesn't say anything, that shows their maturity, that shows that they respect themselves and they respect you. It took me a while to get that point. The reason why they didn't respond is because they knew if they responded, yeah, they were going to say something very offensive, or a person didn't show up because they know that there was going to be a conflict. It's a lot of things that if you really stop, you pause, and you think before you answer, there's a lot of things that you won't do. It's a lot of things that you wouldn't find yourself in so many predicaments, compromising situations. You really wouldn't. You would not put yourself in these situations unless if you just stop, if you just pause, you know, instead of later on apologizing and saying sorry. How about us taking hold of discernment and maturity and having peace within ourselves and understand we don't have to always be right. You know, I have to tell myself sometimes, Marlene, be quiet, zip your mouth. You don't know everything. You don't have to be right. You don't have to have the last say. That's a part of giving other people respect. If you know that it's something that you're going to say out of your mouth that may hurt people's feelings, you know, how people are parenting, especially if somebody's doing the best that they can and they're struggling, and you open up your mouth, oh, your kids are dirty, or how come you don't have money for food? Oh, you're neglecting your kids. You better be careful about what you say. You don't know what that person is going through and bending over backwards just to make ends meet. It's easy for us to be on the outside looking in at a person and finding it so easy to poke holes, you know, to see the flaws in somebody else, but we fail to see that rafter, you know, sticking out of our own eye, right? It's easy for us to look at somebody else and say they got a straw in their eye, but it's easy to look at, you know, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy for us to see flaws in other people, but have you looked at yourself and saw the flaws in you? Do you need to work on your hot temper? Do you need to work on your rudeness? Do you need to work on showing up for other people? Do you need to work on compassion? See, those are the things that I learned when I zipped my mouth. hmm I had to learn. I had to learn to zip my mouth. I had to learn to be quiet. I had to learn if you can't help, then don't say nothing. Okay? And it's easier said than done. It's easy for us to look at people and say, "Oh, look at them," and judge them, and this and this and there and that. But a part of respecting other people is, have you ever thought maybe that person is doing the best that they can? We may not understand it. We may not get it. Maybe you can't afford to do things. Maybe you have certain situations that they don't have. But don't so easily judge another person. Okay? So that's my time, guys. I do these lives Mondays to Fridays. Try to do lives 30 minutes or less. We accomplished that goal today. It's a short one today because we're coming back tomorrow. This week we are talking about respect. And tomorrow I want to talk about self-respect. I think that's so important. So we're going to tap in tomorrow and talk about self-respect and how we can respect ourselves. It's a very powerful thing. And, I'm going to give it with the real talk and the real conversations over here on the Marlene Saunders Show. Shout out to my awesome mods, Real odds and evens. Always that girl. Thank you guys so much for your support. And anybody who has been in the background today, I really do appreciate every single one of you. And if you're listening on the replay, please do leave me a comment below and hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so you won't miss when I go live and upload new content. Yes. Mhm. I need to work on my outspoken words because I don't have a filter. Pray for me. Oh, I sure will. I'll pray for you. Yes, and same thing for you. Have a great evening. Real odds and evens. Always that girl says yes, sis. We need more self-respect, and that's what I'm gonna be going into on tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Somewhere about 6:15, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys then. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. This is the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. See you guys tomorrow. Mañana. Bye.